Here we go. Just judging by the old videos, it's like maybe a second faster, 0 to 60, but it boosts up significantly faster. I'm hitting full boost by 3,000 RPM and I'm getting 5 PSI by 2,500, which is awesome because it only is making 8 PSI total right now. So it's hitting most of its full boost before it even gets into open loop fueling. And once it hits 3,000 RPM and open loop opens up, I'm getting full boost at that point. It does seem to go on. My gauge reads 1 PSI low, even though there's an adjustment screw. I have it maxed out, so at 3,300 feet, I still read negative 1 PSI when the truck's off. So everything is, everything's off by 1 PSI. And then I go up in elevation, and then it's going to get worse. And then I'm just guesstimating. So doing all this testing here. That said, I'm seeing 7 PSI, pretty much near red line, which is 8 PSI, which is what it expects. It expects 7 to 9 PSI. So I'm hitting right in the middle of it. Obviously not going to hit 9 at high elevation here, but overall the thing is doing what it's supposed to. And even though it's only like 1 to 2 more PSI, it feels significantly more powerful, and I'm getting boost in the lower RPM, so it feels like fun to drive and it's peppier now. Now I just got to work on tuning, getting URD's special AFR calibrator thingy that allows me to tune in closed loop fueling. And so yeah, that said, I'll be able to dial that in without having to go to a full standalone, and it still is a little bit more affordable at the same time because I'm also utilizing the 7th injector setup, so I'm getting the cooling and the added fuel. Going with the standalone and buying 6 new injectors is definitely going to be the like the race car way to go, maximal tuning. But when it comes to like an old 4Runner, going with URD setup and getting their supplementary tuning devices is still, in my opinion, more affordable. And then you can tune it yourself because it's just so simple and straightforward. So really looking forward to getting this thing tuned in. And to be honest, with it running as good as it is and as rich as, I don't know how, but it's running richer now. It was like at 11.2 to 11.5 at full boost before, still a little too rich. Now I'm seeing it like down to 10 again, even though I didn't change the tune at all. I just put on that, I don't know. I would have thought that running more air would have made it leaner and have a little less AFR, but I don't know if there's some self kind of adjusting or self tuning going on in the AI6 module, or AIC module. Anyways, so I'm gonna look into that. I bet you leaning it out is gonna make it run even better. Timing is probably going to be untouched because it's just so hot out and I'm using 91, so I'm probably going to leave that alone. Seems to run fine as it is. Just need to get a little bit more fuel early on in the power band and then pull more fuel out later on in the power band, which is exactly what I can do with this 7th injector setup. It's pretty sweet. Anyways, that said, I'm really loving the setup here. Going to make some more videos and stuff as I like tune the 4Runner and also potentially go down to a 60mm pulley. That said, with it being hot out, high elevation, I might be able to actually utilize the 60mm, and then in the wintertime, go back to the 65, or swap them out on the side of the road, or whatever. Like if 60 is too small and I'm pinging while I'm in closed loop fueling, like I'm towing or something like that, then I can just pull over on the side of the highway and swap out the pulley, go with less boost, and still have enough power to get over the mountain range, but not detonating at the same time. So overall, I am just past the cop. So yeah, overall, I am super satisfied with the tuning, the 4Runner, and all the stuff that I've done with it so far. Honestly, this supercharger should have came with a 70mm pulley, not 75. This is the reason why I've seen a couple videos of people buy these superchargers. They don't tune it and they keep the stock pulley and they wonder why it runs like shit, or barely, gives you any horsepower. And that's kind of where I was like, well, it's enough horsepower to keep the tires turning, and part throttle I'm able to keep moving, and I'm like, well, that's worth it. Or either that or it's an engine swap. I've already got 529 gears and I'm as light as I can be with a fully armored up Overlander pre-runner truck with you know, big heavy shocks, big tires, heavy wheels, sliders, armor, stuff on the roof, stuff in the car all the time, even before I'm loaded up. I mean, I got an empty car and I still got 150 pounds of gear in here, unless I want to, you know, take everything out, and it's just, you know, it's meant to stay in the car here. So overall, I'm going to be just playing with this, having some more fun with it, and I'm definitely going to be adding that smaller pulley here soon, after I get some more tuning figured out, because who knows, I might be able to just squeeze out, you know, enough power where I'm happy out of this thing, or I might be able to just tune it to the point where timing and fueling is already maxed out with what boost is available, although I doubt that because I'm at higher elevation, so I'm sure that there can be more to go. And everywhere I go from here, I don't go down. I don't go, it just gets hotter, you know, like it's winter, unless it's wintertime, I'm not down in Phoenix. So I rarely am at sea level unless I go to the coast, which is like maybe twice a year. Go to Phoenix maybe 10 times a year. Otherwise, I'm always 3,500 plus, usually 5,000 to 7,000 feet when I'm off-roading and hanging out. So I probably will have to go with that smaller pulley and then just keep the larger 65 millimeter pulley just like in my car here and swap it out, have a little Loctite with me, and keep a ratchet on hand to get it swapped out. It took me literally 5 minutes to do it, you know, especially now that I know what I'm gonna do. Easily 5 minutes. The hardest part is not getting burned, basically. So that said, check it out, you guys. Thanks for watching the videos, and I'm trying to make more specific content for the TVS1320 for supercharger or for 4Runners. And there's plenty of supercharged 4Runners and Tacomas they're using the old setup, or there's plenty of reels of just like showing a picture or video of it, or it's an install video. I have seen next to nothing about tuning, next to nothing of just like personal, you know, opinions about it all, and also just, you know, actually driving it and things like that. So we're going to be doing some flyby videos. We're going to be testing more 0 to 60 later on in like different environments. You know, if I can get a couple of my other Toyota friends to swap me out for some 33s, it would be fun to do a little racing and just kind of see where we're at compared to like a 4th gen 4Runner with the V8, or like a modern Tacoma with the 4-banger turbo plus the hybrid combo, and just kind of see where we're at compared with this, you know, now 25-year-old outdated V6 engine here. So anyways, take care and check it out here. Never forget.